I guess it wasn't that smart of an idea to put this lipstick on before recording because my lips are literally sticking together. Hey guys, so this is going to be a story time. As you can see by the title, it is going to be I did not know he was underage. So before I can even start, let me tell you guys a little bit of a background story. Yeah, junior year of college, you guys know I'm a senior. And I had told myself that I wasn't going to be speaking to anyone. I feel like we say this every single fall semester. I'm always like, I'm not going to speak to anybody. You know, everybody's, no, I'm not talking to, I'm not talking to anyone. And then I was like, but I kind of want to go to the club. So my friends, Evan and Haley, they were like, oh my gosh, Jenny, let's go to Surrender. Now, Surrender is a nightclub on Main Street near South Campus of University of Buffalo. So we went down there and I was already used to Surrender. I was like, Surrender is just like, it's okay. You know, there's mostly just like, you know, teenagers. It's not really anything popping. I mean, I just go there just to have fun with my friends, nothing. But I already had the mentality. I was like, I'm not trying to look for anybody because besides, your husband's not going to be in a club anyway. But okay, tell me how me and Haley, you know, we were dancing and everything. And then there are these guys that were just like at the corner. Just like staring at us, and I was like, why are you staring? And I was like, yep. F does not mean the F word, it means freak. What the freak? Because you know I don't curse. Yeah, so I was like, WTF, why are these guys just standing there and staring? If they really wanted to talk to us, they would come and talk to us. But they weren't talking, they were just staring. So I was like, this is awkward. Let me go to the bar side of the club. Let me not try and entertain these people because I don't like when people stare at me. I don't like it. I mean, do you guys like when people stare at you? But I don't like it. And then this, you know, this pretty, pretty cute white boy, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, my friend thinks that you're really cute. He's over there and I think you should speak to him. You know, he's really chill. You know, he plays on football team. And I'm just like looking at him like, okay, I don't really care if he plays on the football team. I'm not really into athletes like that. But if he's really that shy and cannot speak to me, why am I even gonna entertain it? But then I was like, let me be nice though. I'm not gonna be rude. If he really wants to speak to me and is really, really, really that nervous, like let me just be the person that goes up to him. So I went over there and you know, this guy, he was looking pretty cute. You know, he was tall and you know, he wasn't slim, but he was pretty like, you know. And I was like, gosh, oh goodness, who's dead? Okay, let me stop with the funny voices. But I was like, oh my gosh, like who is this? Like he's pretty cute, he's pretty tall, he had dreads, you know, he was looking really cute. And then he had another friend next to him that was like about my height, you know, dark skin, you know, looking cute too. So I was like, oh, who are these people? And then I was like, oh, what's your guys' name? And then this guy, I'm not gonna say what their names are, I'll just call him K. K was like, oh hey, my name's K, you know, I play on the football team. And his friend was like, yo, my name is, I mean, he's irrelevant. He was like, well, my name's blah blah, and you know, I play on the football team too. And I was like, oh, wait, you're you guys? Well, K was like, oh, you know, I'm a sophomore. And I was like, okay. In my head I was like, okay, so he's 1 year younger than me. But okay, whatever. And then the other guy was like, yeah, you know, I'm a junior. And I was like, okay. But then so his friend, like their friend, the one that like brought me over, he was like, yeah, they play on the football team and they go to university at Buffalo. And I was like, okay, that's cool. And I was like, so where do you guys live? And I was like, so do you guys live on North Campus, South Campus? And they're like, oh, we live on South Campus. And I was like, oh, Clement Hall, Goodyear? And they were like, huh? And that should have been like the first red flag, because so if you're a sophomore, you're still living in the dorms. So I would have expected them to, you know, say like they live in Goodyear or Clement Hall, and they didn't say any of that. So I was just like, I was like, do you live in Goodyear or Clement Hall? Because those are the only two dorms on South. And they're like, oh, no, we live off campus. And I was like, how do you live off campus? Because you're not allowed to live off campus. They're like, oh, you know, we weren't able to get accommodations, so we had to live off campus. And I was like, oh, okay. But then I didn't really think of it too much. I was like, okay, maybe that's true. No, it's not true. That doesn't happen. So that should have been number 2. Like that should have been the second red flag. So I was just like, man, I mean, they're cute. So hey, I started talking to Kay, because Kay was just like speaking more than like his friend. So I was like, oh, so like, what do you do? Like, what's like your major, blah, blah. And, you know, he was talking to me, blah, 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 blah. Then, you know, I ended up getting his number, and I was like, oh, I guess I'll see you later, I guess. And he was like, yeah, you'll see me later. And I was like, okay. So, you know, we ended up talking, and then we ended up going out. And tell me how, you guys, literally about like 3 weeks later, you know, we were just on the phone talking or whatever. And he was like, Jenny, you know what would be really funny? And I was like, what? You know, I was on the bed with my foot up. I was like, and then he's like, would it be really funny if I was actually like, you know, younger than you? And I was like, you are younger than me. You're a sophomore. He was like, what if I was like, I don't know, like 16, 17? And I was like, oh my gosh, stop. Don't be kidding around like that. And he was like, no, I'm just asking, like, would you still go out with me if I was still 17 years old? And keep in mind, I was 19, you guys. I was 19 years old. No, I wasn't. I'm a liar. I was 20 years old. And he was asking me if I would still go out with somebody that's 17 years old. Now, my first boyfriend, he was 17, and when I was 18, and that was just like awkwardness because I was older than him, but you know, that's a minor age. And this is me being 20 now, so I'm like, you're funny. You're funny if you were actually 17. And then he was like, I'm just asking, babe. And I was like, I mean, I don't really want to go out with somebody that young, but I don't mind going out with somebody that is, you know, young and mature. And he was like, oh, what if somebody was 18? I was like, that's still pretty young, but I mean, you're 19, so it shouldn't even matter. Why are you asking? You guys already know where I'm going with this. Because then he was like, well, Jenny, I've been lying to you this whole entire time. I'm actually 17, and I just turned 17. Like, it was September, right? It was like September something. And he turned 17 in December. So I was like, what? Huh? Wait! I was so mad. But then I felt bad because he didn't want to tell me because I was so much older than him. And at the same time, I was still pissed because I was like, how can you go into a relationship lying about your age? Like, this is not like some, you know, like if I was like an old woman, I was like, oh, you know, I'm like 30 years old, but I'm gonna lie and say I'm 25. Like, that's we're not in that situation. This is you saying that you're 17. I'm freaking like, I'm 20, right? So I was like, wait. So I was just completely like taken aback. I was like, what? And I just felt like after he had lied about his age, other things started unraveling that I can't even speak about because that's a whole nother story time. But just know that when somebody lies about their age, that's when everything starts crumbling down. Just know that, girl, it's done. Like, you need to break up with that person right then and there and just go, because literally all the stuff that I went through with this kid, it was not worth it. And I feel like everything started once he lied about his age. Because if you're lying about your age, that's just when everything is going downhill. Honestly. So I still went out with him for another like 2 to 3 months. And he lied about other things. So I was just like, dude, this is not worth it. We cannot be together. And I just feel like I'm not really about trying to be a pedophile. I'm not trying to be a pedophile. I'm not trying to be a cougar either. Who wants to be a cougar? I don't. So, you know, that was just a really, really awkward situation, and I'm never going to put myself in that situation again. I don't even go out with anybody that is younger than me by 1 year now, and I make sure I know how old this person is. Like, I really make sure now. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, you guys. That's the end of my story time. If you guys would like more story times, definitely let me know down below. Hey, that's so stupid, I know. See you guys all in my next video. Stay awesome, stay blessed, and I love you guys. Bye.